The officer, focused on a robbery suspect matching a description in red shirt and blue jeans, suddenly pivots when City Director Ken Richardson arrives in a vehicle, slowly rolls behind the patrol car, and begins recording the stop from inside his car. A law enforcement officer may not arrest a person for failure to identify himself or herself unless the officer has reasonable suspicion to believe that the person has committed or is about to commit a crime. Instead of recognizing Richardson as a public official potentially exercising legitimate oversight, the officer treats him as an immediate threat, steps out, demands he leave, accuses him of encroaching, and handcuffs him within minutes for refusing to drive away, demonstrating how quickly authority figures are neutralized when they challenge police control rather than comply.
What's up?
Survey the King's Crossing.
Huh?
King's Crossing apartment. 681514.
Keep going. Keep going, please. Right now you're posing a risk to me. Go. Drive, please. He does not want you taking his picture.
All units, especially in the areas Asher and University, Asher and U, be on the lookout for subject driving a white Crown Vic that's traveling northbound on University.
Yes, sir.
Caller stated they witnessed
What, sir? I said, show me, please. You're walking up on the police. You're apparently driving by this gentleman I've stopped because he's a possible suspect in ag robbery.
I'm meeting with the chief tomorrow.
Oh, that's fine, sir. You need to drive. You need to leave my traffic or my stop and go.
I was going.
Sir, you need to go.
So I'm going.
Sir, leave now. That's fine. You're more than welcome to. Leave now, or you're about to be under arrest. Leave. Sir. All right, turn around, play change money back. Now I'm having to turn my attention away from the suspect over here. Now I've got handcuffed. All right, hey, everybody, hang tight. I'm trying to do something really simple. That's fine.
Hey, close my door there, baby.
You have any guns, knives, and your weapons?
No, man, we're sitting
Yeah, 6-3. Start me another unit over here, please. Negative. I got one person stopped in reference to ag robbery, a possible suspect. And then another guy rolled up on me while I'm trying to handle this stop and then refused to leave the stop. Right. Step over this way for me. Have a seat. Watch your head when you sit down. You have ID on you, sir?
Yeah, my wallet, my bag.
Okay, I'll just get your information for right now.
Okay, you can run it out.
All right. Pocket's a little tight there.
Yeah.
All right, have a seat for me, okay? Okay. Hang tight.
I
don't even have a polo shirt on, sir.
What?
What are you
talking about, a polo shirt?
You said something, you said a red polo shirt. That's what you said.
It's a polo style shirt. It's the collar and everything. Hang tight. I'm trying to get this stuff done, and then I got this dude rolling up. It's a simple stop, man. There's no need for it to go sideways or anything. Huh?
It's the wrong simple stop.
Okay, you match the description. If I'm not stopping you, then I wouldn't be doing my due diligence. You know how many times I've caught aggravated robbery suspects because of a simple stop because they match the description, and they're standing right in the exact same spot that the victim described he got robbed in. You get what I'm saying? And people hang around, right? Just hang tight for me. Well, I was over there looking for that, and then I spotted you who matches the description. So just hang tight for me, all right? You're aware that you can't roll up on the police and then encroach a subject stop and then refuse to leave, right? Well, you're over there creeping behind me. I'm the only officer on this call right here, and I'm stopping a possible aggravated robbery suspect. And then you're turning my attention from being able to complete that because you're sitting where I can't see your hands in a vehicle. He's complaining that you're videotaping him. You get what I'm saying? So, well. Oh, great. Try this somebody else. Lee Sean McLean is his name. Hey man, you know your name's Lee Sean McLean, right? You know your name is Lee Sean McLean.
My middle name is Lee.
Huh?
My middle name is Lee. Lee Sean. My middle name is
Why
Lee
is
Sean.
your ID says Lee Sean McLean, nothing about Thomas?
I have no ID.
Okay, well when I run you, it comes back.
Okay, Lee Sean.
Nothing in your name about Thomas.
Okay.
All right, so you're under arrest at this point for giving me a false name.
Okay, well, why am I under arrest for?
Because you just gave the police a false name.
So, can I ask you a question? So that's your purpose of stopping me, man? What was your real purpose of stopping me, man? Because it was
Hey, look, you can argue in court,
robbery.
Hey, you can argue in court.
In court. So, what am I under arrest for?
When the police stop you, and I had a reasonable suspicion, which is what the law requires.
So I'm getting arrested for because you ain't doing running my name. So I mean,
you're under arrest because you gave the police a false name.
Oh my God. So that's.
If you wouldn't give me a false name, we'd probably be all right.
Take me down to the county. So many times I've been down to the county. You gonna take me down to the county for that?
Yes, sir.
And I was minding my own business.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
man.
Man, don't worry about it. I want your name and number when we get.
That's fine. I'll write it down for you, sir.
Everything. The badge number and all that. You messed up, man. I'm sending them out of my own fucking business, man.
Is there anything weird in there?
Ain't shit in there, man.
No.
I don't even want to talk to you no more, bro.
Okay, that's your right. Ain't that right there? Don't move for me.
Where I'm going. That handcuffs on.
Well, you never know. People do crazy things sometimes.
Just like I did a crazy thing to rob a motherfucker right there, standing right there in the same fucking spot I robbed the motherfucker in. That don't make no sense.
People do crazy things, man.
I don't do crazy shit like that. I don't rob nobody.
Okay. Well, I don't know you from Adam, man.
And I don't know you either.
Okay.
You know, you stopped me for no reason. Did you stop every black man that you see with a red shirt on and some blue jean pants that fit my description? Did you? He answered the phone, tell my wife what's going on.
Who's Charles Jackson?
Man, whoever book bag I was borrowed. I borrowed somebody's book bag, man. That was in the book bag already.
Well, this is a children's book bag.
He answered the phone, tell my wife what's going on.
Hold on, hang tight. We're going to stop, or you're going to catch disorderly, too. Quit hollering. We're going to get there. Hang tight. Now I've got this gentleman to deal with as well. We're going to walk right back here.
I can do it. Just mind your own business. Leave mine alone.
You know, 6'3" to X-ray 6'3". We'll walk right up here to the front of the car. I'm going to ask you a few questions. You're going to get a citation up here for illegal operations. So what? Obstructing governmental operations.
Okay, move fast enough?
We're not going to discuss it, sir. Then.
Okay. Discuss it with the chief tomorrow.
I tell you, the best president right for the day is mine.
Hey, don't run off. Let me give you my business card. Don't run off.
Okay.
All right?
Hang tight for me.
Stand right there.
While the robbery suspect is arrested for providing a false name, initial aliases like Lee John McLean that failed to match records, Richardson is detained under similar obstruction claims for not departing the scene and for videotaping. Yet once his identity as a city director is confirmed, the officer shifts to issuing only a citation instead of jail transport. Obstructing governmental operations includes refusing to obey a lawful order of a law enforcement officer. The body cam reveals the officer repeatedly framing Richardson's presence as dangerous officer safety interference despite no weapons, no approach beyond standing near the patrol car, and no physical resistance, revealing a pattern where everyday citizens face harsher detention for comparable behavior, while higher authority receives downgraded consequences once status is verified.
Hey, don't run off, sis. I'm going to give you my card.
Are you still living on Mystery Cove, sir?
Yep.
About doing route code.
And the current telephone number for you, sir?
371-45.
I can't hear you, sir.
371-4510. Hey, be quiet, sister.
How old are you? 53.
Please watch traffic.
About how tall are you, if you had to guess? 5'10". How much you weigh? 125? 175?
What's up, little man?
I'm just waiting for backup. I got the driver gun.
So,
Yeah.
are we doing the same thing? Are we doing double duty here, Mr. Richardson?
No. You were supposed to be doing him.
Right.
About to, I'll take.
So I just need you to do your stuff there, because I didn't
No,
see it.
not Mr. Richardson, the other guy.
You're killing me.
No, I said the other guy. Here,
You're talking about Richardson.
yeah, we'll avoid it. Just the guy from the computer that's in the other vehicle.
He was in your computer. That's why.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, you get the other guy's information off my computer and write him a citation for obstructing home operations.
Okay.
All right.
Are you traffic clear?
So far, you're free to before me,
So, there's over here.
My location has changed from here to the Shell gas station. Order Michelle. 90 miles, UA 109.86.
What's up, little fellas? All right. How you doing? Yeah, man, I'm doing all right. You good? Yeah, I'm good. I'm straight. You doing all right? Good, good. Yes, sir. All right, man. Appreciate your kind words, brother. I appreciate your kind words.
The 9th Street one, or go ahead and do it.
If you've got another unit, just swing up there, just double check. I've got a feeling this is going to be the same guy.
Take these off here real quick. All right, Mr. Richardson. So this, like I said, this is a criminal citation to appear. All right, it's for a C misdemeanor for obstructing criminal operations. All right. You can go ahead and sign right here where it's the signature of accused. It's not an admission of guilt. It's simply a an agreement to appear in court rather than having to go to jail. Yes, sir.
Secondary 1.
My point number's right there. My name.
We got one suspect in custody, and it doesn't say if it's just a regular stolen vehicle or if it's a carjacking or nothing, right?
Is that for me to use my phone?
Yeah, that's fine, sir.
Okay.
Copy, thank you.
Call Chief Humphrey.
Yeah, 6-3. Can I get my incident report number, please?
Incident number is 127025. 127025.
Simple, ma'am. Thank you. All right. This is your copy of the citation, sir.
Hey,
Right
Chief,
here.
I got another item to add to our agenda tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Obstructing criminal operations. Criminal Court of Little Rock, 600 West Markham Street.
It's in my
23rd day of October 2019 at 8:30 a.m. And that's my name right there. Okay. Is there anything? Any questions, comments, concerns?
The other guy, his badge number 1013, right? What's his name? Gardner?
Officer Crawford.
Crawford.
And here, I'll write his employee number down for you.
Appreciate it.
Sir. And his employee number is 33549. I don't know his badge number off the top of my head, but that's what we go by.
I had 1013. I remember it.
Okay, that may be. I'm not sure. Keys, your ID. And you're free to leave.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Keys, your car.
After roughly 30 minutes of detention, Richardson received a misdemeanor citation for obstructing governmental operations and was released at the scene, with the officer providing court date details and badge number, yet the encounter triggered a federal wrongful arrest lawsuit against the city that continues to unfold years later. Government officials may not retaliate against individuals for exercising their First Amendment rights, including the right to record police in public, derived from Glick v. Cuniff and related federal precedent applied in Arkansas. The wrongful arrest lawsuit filed by Little Rock City Director Ken Richardson against the city over his October 2019 detention remains ongoing. In late October 2024, a judge denied the city's motion to dismiss the case and ruled that a jury should decide key issues, leading to a scheduled trial that was indefinitely postponed after the city appealed the decision, underscoring persistent allegations of police overreach when confronting elected higher authority.